So I wanted to talk a little bit about, in nose work, there being two basic concepts that you're going to teach your dog. And one is to find an odor. So that odor has to be important to the dog. Birch, anise, and clove right now is what we're using. And then to stay at that odor so that you're able to tell that the dog has found the source and call alert. So when you run into training problems in your nose work, think back to your foundation exercises of how you taught the dog. How did you teach the dog to find the source? How did you teach the dog to stay at the source? So if I were training a dog and I see my dog go right by a hide, no recognition of the odor, they go right by like they didn't even smell it, I would go back to my foundation exercises of how I taught the dog to associate that odor with something good, and I would put a lot of reinforcement on it so the dog started to notice, like, hey, this is really good. If I found my dog maybe noticed it, and then when I didn't come in right away to reinforce, kept going, then I would go back to how I proofed the dog to stay at source. So there's basic foundation exercises that you do in nose work, and when you see those problems arise, just go back to your simplest exercise and remind the dog of its job. Notice that odor, stay at that odor. And if you break down your training like that and don't make it too hard all the time, your nose work will continue to progress, and you'll be able to fix the problems that you run into by returning to your foundation, which should be strong.